But we begin today with the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. U.S. intelligence now suggesting Ukraine could win the war. But one major factor will determine what happens next. That's weapons. The U.S. funneling hundreds of millions of dollars to add weapons to the Ukrainian arsenal. And NewsNation correspondent Kelly Meyer joins us now. So, Kelly, just how important will weapons be in this phase of the fighting?
Well, Nichole, it could change the course of this war. Who has them and who uses them effectively? You've already seen the Ukrainian forces push back Russian troops in parts of the country. The Pentagon says that's due to both the sheer determination of the Ukrainians and also the amount of weapons flowing in not only from the U.S. but several other countries. But with Russia now bringing in more advanced weapons, the war could be entering an even more deadly phase.
My agenda is very simple. It has only 3 items on it. It's weapons, weapons, and weapons.
Ukraine leaders still begging for military might from the West. This as Russia appears to be deploying advanced landmines that can kill or maim civilians. These Palm 3 landmines can be dropped from the sky and bury themselves, triggered to explode by the vibrations of someone just walking nearby. U.S. officials also saying that Russia has launched hypersonic missiles into Ukraine, escalating a war that started with low-tech and aging equipment and could now turn higher tech.
We're looking across the board right now, not only at what we've provided and continue to provide, but whether there are additional systems that would make a difference.
To counter, the U.S. now pumping more money and specialized weapons into the country, giving $400 million in just the last week alone in weapon shipments to send Javelin missiles and suicide drones, along with training for Ukrainians on how to use them. Still, the advanced weapons aren't replacing the old tech. Ukraine fighters are still using aging but effective landmines.
That's one of the reasons why you see column after column of Russian vehicles that are destroyed. So anti-tank or anti-personnel mines are very effective.
And there are new reports tonight that German intel intercepted radio calls with Russian troops talking about killing civilians. These weren't encrypted radios, so the Germans were able to pick this up. U.S. officials have yet to confirm the communications. Nichole?
All right, Kelly Meyer, thank you. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.